talked about like the grandest opening and the most spectacular. Let's do a complete about face and talk about Microsoft.
Let's do Microsoft. We'll go to the first. Hey, the opening was okay. Halo 4.
Their opening was good. Halo 4. All I'm saying, like the trailer for that was very nice. The opening gameplay that you saw for Halo 4. It's the first level of Halo 3.
It is, but at least this is what I was hoping from Halo 4. The fact that there is new enemies. I'm not fighting. Like, I was so scared when the Covenant was shown. I'm like, I fought the Covenant for 5 games.
Right.
You give me some, and the Flood. Sorry, but give me something new, and they are, and they're giving it, and it's even looking new because now it's orange, whereas the old one was like green and blue.
Right. Basically,
I thought we were doing the 3 conferences separately.
We are.
In 3 separate videos.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, we are.
Cut it,
We're just cutting it here.
Okay.
And then we'll have like a yellow.
Great, you just created more work for yourself.
You're gonna have you're gonna have a blue screen and in yellow font.
Oh,
Yellow font saying
go.
Microsoft.
Yeah. All right. So do you want to start taking from the top?
all right, fine.
Because we'll cut it when I say, do you want to start talking about Sony, and then
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
cool. All
So
right.
we're Microsoft.
But we don't have to reintroduce.
Microsoft.
All right. So on we go to the wonderful world of Microsoft.
Microsoft.
So you start off with. All right. I will admit, like you were saying that the opening wasn't bad.
Halo 4 was a big game. It actually looks like it's a new studio doing their first game, and Combat Evolved doesn't count. That's just a rehash of an old game. That's just a reinterpreting. This is their first game. It looks good. It's still got it's still the same Halo because the gameplay doesn't look like it's evolved anymore.
Actually, it is the first level.
Yeah,
from
well,
Halo 3.
Even the first level, like even if it's the first design, I mean, just gameplay, it looks the same even with the new headset.
It was going to be for the first time you can actually see
But,
people who are talking to you on the heads-up display, but that's not really a big thing.
But like I was saying, new enemies. The fact that I'm not fighting the Covenant or the Flood is pretty big because now there's
But even then, you're still fighting up against Forerunner tech like you used to against the.
But I don't know what they're gonna do. What are their tactics? What are their what is their like?
Exactly.
What do they do during a fight? How do they fight? I don't know. I saw
Apparently they catch your grenades and throw them back at you, unless you shoot it and then it blows up.
They're also pretty damn scary when that thing and then it opened up and there's like a skeleton mask at me.
Right. There's got to be a little bit of an explanation there, but you see at the end of the gameplay thing that you have essentially a Forerunner AI that's calling you Reclaimer and saying that I've been waiting a while.
Kind of in 3, they were kind of hinting at this.
Exactly. In 3, if you actually went around and collected all of the various information nodes, you found out the history of the Forerunners versus the Flood and how their civilization fell. They basically entrusted their defenses to a master AI program that they created specifically to fight the Flood, and it ended up betraying them. I think this might be that AI, sort of having stewed in his own little world and created all of these new weapons and everything. There's a lot of flash to this game.
That wasn't shown at all.
There's a lot of flash to this game, but it does look like more of the same. But that being said, the same hasn't been bad for the last 5 games.
Well, ODST didn't really do it for people.
ODST didn't do it for people. The reason I liked it was because I was a fan of Firefly, and Malcolm Reynolds was telling me what to do, and Jane was there, and he was a holy man for some reason. It was awesome. I was on Serenity.
I was also gonna say, like, it also really, the story is really, being expanded upon because they were doing things with Cortana. They're really expanding her role with it because in the first 2 games. That was a long time coming. In the first 2 games, she was kind of a cheerleader. They kind of made her a love interest in the 3rd game. And in this one, they're kind of like AIs. Like, the biggest thing for me was like AIs only have a 7-year life expectancy. She's been around for 8 years. Right. So it's like, what has happened to her to make her like stick around? Because she still looks like she.
It's the Forerunner.
That's what everyone. They never really said that. They're saying it's what it is.
Well, okay, fair enough. They're saying that's what it is, but
but she's also kind of going insane too. You kind of say her
going
insane.
You find out in the books if you've read them, which I unfortunately have most of. I have far too much free time on my hands.
Yes, you do.
Basically, unlike other AIs, which are essentially just programmed, Cortana's a super AI. Basically, Dr. Halsey, the leader of the Spartan program...
Also the one she's based off of.
Exactly. She flash-cloned her own brain and then used those neural pathways as the blueprint to create Cortana. So she's far more intelligent than other AIs. At one point in the books, she actually, just for the hell of it, screws around, goes to the Black Ops computer, which is like heavily restricted, and makes its AI look like a fumbling child. Just to have fun, because it's something to do. But the thing is, she is gradually going insane as a result of it. She's burning through her life expectancy a lot faster.
That depends if that really is it, because if it is the Forerunner tech being...
Well, that's why she
don't know the
That's
context.
why she's lasted this long. Usually a super AI degrades after 3 years. She's managed to last past even standard AIs, in large part because of her downloading the index from the very first Halo ring.
Well, that all depends. We don't know the context of why she's screaming. We really gotta... I really want to play this game.
She says you're not leaving this planet. It might actually be that she's finally, like, lost it by the end of the game.
Or she's yelling at a protagonist, or sorry, an antagonist.
Yeah, it could be that she's yelling at the
Because I mean, she dealt with the Gravemind and...
She dealt with the Gravemind, she dealt with Guilty Spark.
Yeah, like, we really don't know.
She met Penitent Tangent.
We just saw gameplay. Gameplay looks the same, but new enemies, which I'm a fan of. But anyways, let's move on to later, because this is just the start of Microsoft.
And this was unfortunately the brightest point of Microsoft.
Hey, they had a couple really good games that I'm really excited for. One of which, South Park, The Stick of Truth. And I loved how they griefed the Microsoft when Microsoft came out with their Smart Glass thing, which was horrible, because why would I look at a map for Game of Thrones? Why am I not just watching Game of Thrones? Because unlike other TV shows, Game of Thrones can keep me interested. I'm just saying.
That season finale was great.
Exactly. Like, I am watching Game of Thrones. I am not going to be on my cell phone at all. If anything, I'm doing a media blackout while I'm watching Game of Thrones, because I don't want nothing ruined for me.
Yeah, but not all TV shows are kind of like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
I know they made
the
that
ones
joke.
worth watching are.
I know they made that joke is like, who thinks that I'm gonna like, oh, I should watch this on my smartphone that's connected to this, and they made that joke.
Yeah.
Right.
But at the same time, like whenever I'm watching like a casual show or whatnot, I do always have my DS open in front of me.
Yeah, but are you looking for information about the show, or are you just randomly searching for stuff?
I'm playing Mario. I need like a
Thank you.
Exactly. You're occupying the back half of your brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need something to do.
Thank you.
But here's the thing. Microsoft keeps trying to integrate all of this stuff together, and the fact of the matter is, no one actually needs it. And it isn't even a matter of no one needed high-definition television, but now everyone has it. It's a matter of it is impractical to have all of this stuff interconnected.
Mm-hmm.
It is actively impractical. There is no point in linking your cell phone with your TV, with your gaming console.
No,
and also,
there is no game
out
there that uses that to its advantage.
Not to mention getting useless information that means nothing. Like if you paid attention to the story,
exactly. New T-shirts out for Criminal Minds. I don't care about their merchandise.
But really,
I care about their
lazy
characters.
people need that. Need the ability to wake up in the morning and only have their media next to them. So then they'll stream Game of Thrones
but that,
from their
that's
TV
obsessive
to their laptop.
But that don't go around just trolling for the sake of trolling. Like just saying
We do it to educate you idiots.
Like, I actually will voice a reason and give you an explanation why I think this is terrible. Like, the reason why I'm not excited and it was kind of disappointing for Tomb Raider is because I didn't get to see the major game mechanic they were saying it has.
So they're not saying it was Aliens.
All I saw was Uncharted with no snappy quips, a hotter main character.
Oh, Squeenix are doing it right.
Yeah.
Eidos.
What problem with that? She ain't legal yet.
How old was she in Tomb Raider?
Doesn't matter. This is a revamp and she's like 16.
Or she's like 20.
No, she's 16.
She looks 20 to me.
She's not real.
Irrelevant, she's not real. Hey, it's not anime. It's not like she's 20 and looks 16. I think she's 20.
I think they're called homunculi.
That's a small, miniature, perfectly shaped human. I watch Big Bang Theory. Anyways,
I guess moving on.
Oh, I'd just like to say it ended on a bad note with Battlefield 2 or Black Ops 2, where it was like, okay, so the one interesting thing that thing was like drones and everything, and then the gameplay just reminded me why I don't play Call of Duty, because it's Call of Duty and it's never changed from Call of Duty.
Yeah,
but it's always been successful.
It has been successful.
It is iteration without too much innovation. I think that's your biggest problem.
It's not even iteration. They don't. It's the same thing over and over again. The only reason why it's popular is because it's basically the reason to go into the MLG circuit is Call of Duty. And all of a sudden, if you can get sponsors from Call of Duty, because we have our friend who got sponsors, he wasn't part of the MLG. He just was really good, and he got sponsors, and he got advertisements for it, and he got money just because he was really good at that video game, and that's the only real reason.
Right, and like the multiplayer and everything.
The multiplayer is the only thing that game does right.
It's good. It's very fast-paced, it's very chaotic and everything, and that happens when you have a health bar the size of your weenie. But the fact of the matter is, like, Xbox is just going to, Microsoft is just going to keep on doing more of the same thing. And really,
it's not really them. It's Activision.
Well, no, like anything that's going to be released on the Xbox and everything, and all these sort of multiplayer shooters is going to be more of the same thing year after year. They may, throw in a couple of things like drones and all of this stuff.
There was Gears of War Judgment, by the way. Why that only got a 30-second trailer?
Oh, Gears of War.
Of all people, I really thought that was a prequel game showing why Phoenix was thrown in prison.
That wasn't. Well, it's still a prequel because the Locusts are around.
The Locusts are still around, but my brother and I were talking about it, and he was thinking it might be something bridging the gap between 2 and 3.
That's true.
So we'll see what it is, but Gears.
But here's the thing: that's one of their main series, and one of the 4 games that they have exclusively for the Xbox, and it got a 30-second trailer.
Which is disappointing.
But like the Kinect gets like a good 5 minutes.
Because they want you to buy it.
People have already bought it. The thing was successful.
That wanted to buy that
in terms of like, it sold a lot. It sold.
Mm-hmm.
It did, but it didn't continue sales, and that's the problem.
That's their own fault.
That's their own fault.
No, when I was working for the Bay, I was told every day I need to sign up at least one person for an HBC MasterCard. Well, the funny thing is, everyone in the community has one already. So who am I going to sell this to?
I don't have one.
I don't have one.
Well, I'm not working for them anymore.
Oh, okay.
So it doesn't. Fat lot of good that does me.
MasterCard.
I don't own a credit card at all, so.
You should get a
credit card. No.
I plan to, even though I don't want to.
No, don't get it.
Yeah, off topic.